Hello truckers, welcome back to American Truck Simulator, sitting in our International 9900i. Freezer's going. We are good because we do have frozen food back there. 40,000 pounds to be exact. We got to go to Kingman, Arizona, and we're just over the border from New Mexico into Arizona. So just a little bit of west of Gallup is where we're at. I say we get on the road because I've wasted 5 minutes already this morning talking to you guys, or warming up the truck anyways. Parking brake is off. Let's get rolling here. Check our surroundings a little bit. And away we go. Let's see. We're scheduled to get there somewhere around 11 o'clock in the morning. Then, of course, take about an hour to unload. And then, yeah, we'll see what we can get for a load going out of Kingman. I kind of talked about going over to California. Wait, pull in for a vehicle, and I just barely got out of the rest area, but okay. That's the way we're going to start today. I guess that's the way we're going to start today. Let's go way up. I mean, we did just come into the state, but we've been over here overnight. I guess it's better to pull over now than get up to speed and then have to pull on in. Let's see, we got 40,000 pounds of fruit. So we're going to be like, what, 76,000 pounds? Somewhere in there? Ooh, almost 80. Alright. I have no idea. I'm just, you know, spitballing the number out there. And it wasn't that far off, I guess. But now we should be good to go all the way to Kingman because we're not crossing state lines the rest of the way to our delivery. We'll have to check, though, where I'm going with it. And I do believe we're taking the I-40 westbound all the way there. Wow, it's almost like the sun just came up over the horizon behind us. It just got brighter in a matter of a second. I can't see it, but we know it's there. It got a lot brighter. Make sure no one's coming down the on-ramp. So I had a quick check before I rolled out this morning and started up the truck. It is $75,000 with realistic economy to upgrade a garage. And I don't think it really matters which one we do. So I think I might just do the next one in line, which would be Sacramento, California. And we're getting up there pretty close to 75 grand. Might be able to upgrade the garage in a couple of days. What's the speed limit here? 75. So yeah, we'll do 75-ish. I should be able to make it on fuel and then top off on fuel there. So usually we fuel up before we park for the night, but where we parked last night, nowhere to fuel up. So yeah, better fuel up somewhere along the line today. Oh, I could tell I feel very rusty driving this morning. So it should be kind of interesting for the first 10-15 minutes or so before you start to get the feel of things. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to try to maybe go over to California. I think it all determines what we find in Kingman, what load kind of pays rather well, and see where we go from there. I don't know, I'm starting to think, I know I've been saying this now, it seems like for a long time, I want to hang around the Texas area, I kept saying. I'm starting to think I may want to start hanging around the Montana area. I'm starting to see more news about the Montana DLC more than I am about the Texas DLC. So I'm wondering if Montana might come up before Texas, or who knows. Either way, wherever we are when I find out the DLC is coming, we'll have to haul our tail over to that general area so we can explore the new maps. I'm noticing since I got this trailer behind us here, the one we purchased, I've noticed, and I probably mentioned a couple times when we park up, that after I park up and turn off the engine, my steering wheel shakes back and forth. I also notice it a little bit going down the road. Every once in a while, it's almost like the trailer is kind of unstable back there. Kind of weird that it does that. Hello, United. Oh yeah, so where am I going in Kingman? Costco's. Costco's is what we're looking for when we get there. I think it'd be good to get back into California. Looking at the map, looks like we haven't been there at all because they've been redoing it this year. We've been to a lot of those cities, but they've been reworked quite a bit, apparently. So we're going to try to head that way a little bit. Like I said, all depends on what Kingman wants to offer us when we get there. I know one thing, I'll have to keep this I-40 in mind when I'm traveling around. Being able to do 75 on the interstate is rather nice. Might be a little bit of a chill episode, meaning I probably may not talk as much. My throat is a little sore because of allergies. My allergies have been really ramped up for the past week. Of course, being summer, I got my windows open to my house, and I noticed the other day on my countertop, I couldn't figure out what I'm like, geez, we just cleaned the house not long ago. I put my finger across the countertop, and it was all green. I was like, and I looked at the window, I'm like, oh, it's pollen coming through the window. That's nice. And when my allergies kick in, my ears tend to, I guess what they call like swimmer's ear. It almost sounds like sometimes there's water inside them. That's kind of fun. And every once in a while my throat tends to get a little sore. But I'll say I probably won't talk too much, and I'm talking like every second of the video, so who knows. I do have a cup of warm water and honey sitting next to me. Now the only problem with I can drink water in any other game that I play, but with ATS having track IR on my headset, so every time I drink water, you're going to see it like this. And of course, I'm going to try to keep my eyes on the screen when I tilt my head back to drink, but I can't. Then my AI driver or in-game driver ain't going to see nothing either. So hopefully I can remember when we get to Kingman. I'll take a sip of water then. Get me through the video. Actually, so far, this ride over here this morning has been very, very relaxing. Usually the first few minutes of an ATS video, since I only do one video a week, and I don't do any practice before I start recording, I just load up the game and hit record and start driving. It takes a little while to get into a rhythm. And not having much traffic around is very handy. Here's something we don't do that often anymore, is actually make up time. Now we're expected to arrive at 10:30-ish. So we've been through Kingman in a way, on the interstate anyways, but not actually in town. So when we roll into Kingman today, we'll discover a new city. And it's kind of important early on, if you're new to ATS or if you're doing Euro Truck Simulator 2, it's very kind of important early on when you're going by cities to actually try to discover the city. I guess that's the way they word it. Because if you ever want to take a load, you can't take a load from a city that you've never been to before. So if I were coming over to Kingman without a trailer and say, well, you know, I want to check out what loads they have there, you don't know what loads they have there because you haven't been there. I'll try to show you what I mean when we get to Kingman. I'll find a city when I'm checking loads from a city. I'll click on a city, or try to click on a city that I haven't been to yet. And you can't click on it, which means you can't check out the loads. But any other city that I've been to, I can click on that city and it'll show me the loads currently that they have heading on out. $50 more miles will be there, so I just got to be kind of prepared to get back into that right-hand lane rather soon. Usually when you get within 30 miles of a city, you might want to scooch on over. Miles can go by rather quickly, and your exit might actually be 15 miles out of your destination. I could actually change the scaling on the GPS. I forgot what button it was, but I know a long time ago there's like 4 different scales you can have on your GPS. And the one I currently have it set for is a scale I kind of like. One, it gives you enough warning, usually, when your turn's coming up. 2, it's a small enough scale that when you get to tight interchanges, where there's a lot of roads going here or there, for the most part, it does show you what road you need to be taking on that interchange. The other scales either show you, you know, your exit coming up way up in advance, but when you get to a tight interchange that has like 2 exits, and you're like, what lane do I need to be in? It's kind of hard to tell. And if you blow it up to a smaller scale, yeah, I just said blow it up to a smaller scale. Make it a smaller scale. Sometimes you don't see the exit until you're like right on top of it. Yeah, I need to get over it because this could be your exit. I said within 30 miles, and we're within 13, so. And I see Kingman. Yep, this should be our exit. I was going to say, I don't know what that car's waiting for, but it's actually a stoplight down here. Did I leave myself enough room? Oh, yeah, I left myself plenty of room. The good news is, right now next to that Costco's, I do see a fuel station, so we'll top off with some diesel. My direction light is still on as well. I mean, that's an eventual right-hand turn I am going to be making anyways. Stop in there for some fuel on the way back. Alright, where do you want this hunk of junk? Your frozen food. Spin her around here, and this should do it. We'll leave it in R3, I think. Missed it. I missed it a little bit. Alright, put her in neutral, parking brake on, engine off, and 50 minutes to unload, usually. So almost $3,000. And I got myself another level. Sweet. Kind of forgot about that part. Let's go ahead and... Let's see, long distance. Boy, we really don't need that long distance, but it would give us... Boy, I don't do many deliveries over 2,500 miles anywhere, so just in time, 2% higher reward for finishing an important delivery. It's 1% increase, and also 1% increase for finishing an urgent delivery. I don't do many of those. And right now we do got 1 point to save 10% fuel. I can go up to 15. So usually I knock off these first before I do fuel economy. So we're going to go do just-in-time delivery. We're going to apply that. Perfect. So job market, cargo market. So like I was saying before, so you can see Page, Arizona. I can't click on Page, Arizona to see what deliveries they have going out of there. But any other of the bigger circles I've been to, so I can actually scroll up to, actually if I want to, we can scroll all the way over to Key West, Florida. And I can see what loads they have going out currently. Now, obviously, I can't take this load because it expires in 9 hours and 26 minutes. So there's no way I could get there. So, but that's just to kind of give you a rough idea. But we're in Kingman. I don't want to go any further. So it doesn't look like not much for frozen food here. A lot of electronics. I mean, beverages. There's frozen foods going to Santa Cruz. But they're paying $3.33 a mile compared to like $4.20s-ish per mile. Alright, so, oh yeah, what time is it? It's 11 o'clock in the morning. Actually, it didn't take them that long to unload. Yeah, no, it's still 50 minutes. So, alright. Just trying to figure out. So right now we could drive until 6 o'clock. So I got another about 7 hours on my clock-ish. Oh, I saw AR. I thought I meant Arizona. That means Arkansas. That's a long ways. That'd be interesting, but no. That's a short little journey. Texas. I mean, I could go back to Denver, but that's going back the same way we just came. Don't want to do that. There's Flagstaff. That's going back the way we just came. Olympia, Washington. That's going up to Utah, Idaho, Oregon, and then Washington. That's a long ways. I mean, the total overall looks good, but you can't really look at just what you're getting paid per mile. Let's see. I need to get it there by Saturday night. So it gives me all day Friday, all day Saturday, and half of today. So that's a load that technically I could do. That's a long drive. And I don't want to do that just because the reason why I don't do that is that's going to take a couple episodes, and I don't want to get to... say like at the end of this episode and in a couple days they announce, Texas is going to be coming out. I got to do 2 trips, 2 more days up to here to get that delivered and come back. So, yeah, let's go ahead and let's go to Santa Cruz. Wait, when does that need to be there? It needs to be there Friday by tomorrow. Yeah, okay, we can do this. We can definitely do this. It's right at Costco. I don't know why I got set GPS because it's right here. Now, the only thing that kind of sucks about this is... I got to go out here and click. Yeah, give me the delivery. I'm not going to bother putting the parking brake on. How about that? Oh, you know what I just did? I don't want to do that. We need to be doing... Did I do cargo? Okay, I did do cargo. All right. I thought I did freight, and I was like, no, I need to be doing cargo. I did do cargo. All right, so we accepted that. So it's behind me somewhere. Now I got to do a blind backup. Let's see what I got to find my button, my keyboard to help me zoom in. And I have no idea which one it is, so I'm just going to go ahead and back on up to kind of like where we were. Oh, no, I see it now. Is that trailer still there? I have no idea. I just want to back up and I'll start over. And I'll back up so I can use my... stick my head out the window is what I want to do. Alright. It all makes sense in us here in a second. So the other trailer that was here is gone. That's good. Alright, so 50 minutes for unloading, 50 minutes for unloading, so now we can drive until 7 like always. Well, not like always, but now since we got our own trailer, that's what we do. Alright, park and brake. Am I going back the same way I came in? I am not. Hang on a second here. Oh, that's perfect. That's what I was looking for, right here. Right here. Can I, why can't I click? Why do I have to be scrolled up that far? Why can't I click when I'm this close? All right, we'll just click that like that. That's what we'll get our diesel fuel for the day. I mean, I don't know if I can make it till 7 o'clock driving with the amount of fuel that we got. I have no idea. A little bit of a stutter there. That was a full stop. You saw it. I think what happens sometimes is my track IR is on the left side of my headset, and my microphone is also kind of on my left side. And I think sometimes when I turn my head or lean my head too far over, the microphone blocks the signal from track IR to the monitor above my screen, and it doesn't see where my head is, and it kind of freezes. Speaking of freezing, the green light's on, so our reefer's working properly. So maybe... oh, I forgot to take my drink of water. I knew I was going to forget. No, I'm going to get a ticket if I take that light now. When I top off with some diesel fuel, then we'll probably have to check where we're going to be resting up for the night, because we're not going to get this delivery done today. I was like, how do we get below 50,000? We must have been unloading or whatever, and they took our loan payment out. But we're almost right back to where we started, which is kind of a good thing. I know it seems, I think it was a couple episodes ago where we had a lot of our drivers finish their deliveries and we made like $15,000, $20,000 after our payment was made during the day. So another one of those days could be coming up here soon. I didn't check to see how heavy this load was. You gonna let me squeeze out there? I think you're going to. Well, whether you wanted to or not, we're out there. I could put the marker down for where that fuel station is, because I did put down a checkpoint, but I think we'll be okay. What's the weight of this? 33,000, so not as bad or as heavy as the other one. The good news is we're back doing 75 miles an hour again. I think we're back on the I-40 westbound as well. And soon we're about to find out what the diesel price in Arizona is currently going for. But I think it's been a while since we actually been in California, so I'm guessing when we get to California, we're probably going to have to stop in. Oh, looks like we already crossed the state line because the speed limit's already down to 55. And 55 is going to feel like we're crawling after doing 75 most of the day. Yeah, so like I was saying, it's been a while since I've really been in California, so when we get to a way station, they're probably going to say, hey sir, you need to come on in here, and we need to have a chat. But we'll just cruise and enjoy the scenery. And here is our pull-off. And I'm going to take the outside pump. $7 a gallon. Stings a little bit, but overall adds more realism to it. Now, if you're wondering, $7, I haven't seen $7. We are running the realistic diesel fuel pricing. And I do believe that mod is updated at least like every 3 or 4 weeks or so. So it is what it is here. But overall, $215 for diesel fuel. Okay, real truckers are going to get mad at me for saying that. That's not too bad, honestly, for what we just fueled up. But real truckers be like, that's killing our overhead. Yeah, I get it. Let's see if I can kind of sneak out in front of that guy. I shouldn't have done that, but I did. Actually, we're on the I-10, not the I-40. Alright, so we're going to have to cruise along here at 55. Don't even know if it's worth putting in. I think we'll just stay right in 12th gear. RPMs would be just about right. Actually, right now I can't even hit 55 miles an hour. Must be going uphill. I mean, it does look like we're going uphill a little bit. So we can get away of probably doing like 57, 58. So we're going to do that. Alright, so it's 2 o'clock. I'm not going to quite yet check to see where we're going to call it a day. So probably somewhere around 5 o'clock. We'll check our GPS and then find a spot about 2 hours out or so. Ooh, 61. That's pushing of getting a speeding ticket if there's a cop around me. Alright, so we're going to Walmart in Santa Cruz. Not that we're going to get to Santa Cruz today, but I need to be there 3 o'clock tomorrow? Almost 4 o'clock. Alright. Should not be an issue at all. I mean, we got 5 more hours almost of driving time today. Probably knock off 200 miles of that. So we'll have about 250 miles to do tomorrow. And if I got most of the day to get it there, that should not be an issue, like I said. And I don't really want to go to the Pacific Northwest after Santa Cruz, but I'm thinking, you know, maybe, you know, I want to head north, you know, maybe like up towards Idaho. Yep, there's the way station. Don't know where it is. I don't even see it on the GPS yet. But we'll worry about the next load after we finish this load. But that's kind of my thought process right now. Get up to Idaho. Haven't really been up there, seems like, in a bit. I also got to check out Pro Mods Canada, because they did send out an email a couple weeks ago saying they done updates to their map, so I don't know exactly what they've done. The only small issue with Pro Mods Canada is the map isn't really that big. And it's really hard to find loads going from one BC province to another. So it seems like I can go up to Canada, to British Columbia, drop off a load, and just head right back on out, basically. But we may expand on some other modern maps after Texas/Montana come out. But basically that kind of means it's going to be a while before we do so, because when Texas and Montana come out, that's going to take up a good amount of episodes each. When Wyoming came out, because that was the last state, I believe, I think we were going around there for like 5 straight episodes. And Montana and Texas are a little bit bigger than that. So, yeah, don't know. We'll see what happens when everything comes out. You guys are going just slow enough. I forgot, what are we getting paid for this load here? Alright, so just over $2,000. I think at some point I may try, and it's kind of hard to do this, but I did it on another profile before I started doing videos on ATS. I drove from Key West, Florida up to Seattle, Washington on a load. And this was up without realistic economy and all that stuff. You know, I'm like level, actually I kind of forgot what level. I would say at the time I was probably in the upper 50s, low 60s. So I mean, I was pretty much maxed out on all my skill points. But I think that delivery there, I got paid pretty close to $400,000 for a 3-4 day journey. I don't know. I remember it was even an urgent delivery, and I'm like, ooh. The good part, the one thing about, I will say with that, I also didn't have the sleep. I turned the sleep indicator off, so I didn't have to sleep. So I'd have to sleep for 8 hours every time here. Just drove straight on through. Oop, okay, we got an interchange, and let's see, what am I doing? I'm doing a loop-de-loop. I will stay in this lane here. I always try to stay in this lane when I'm looping around this way, just because it makes it easier to go around. My trailer can kind of sneak into that other lane a little bit, and then when I come up here, it's easier to just cut across one lane rather than two. Not sure if we're taking the I-5 northbound all the way to Santa Cruz, but just follow where the GPS takes us, I guess. Whoa, 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 whoa. I was almost daydreaming. It's like that bulldozer in front of me is getting bigger by the second. Why are we, and of course, this is what happens. Like always, you get stuck in that left lane, and before you know it, you need to get off the interstate you're on. Actually, that was I-15, not I-5. Should I say 55 through here? Nope, it's down to 40. Alright, this would be a good time. Not much traffic around me. Let's see, it's about 4:30. So... okay, so we're not really taking the interstate. I bet you I can't get this far, can I? 2.5 hours. Alright, I think we're going to try to do that. So what I'm going to do here is... and then click on this. Alright, so our quitting time is 7. Right now it's saying 7:15, so that's going to be good enough for me. My guess is I'm not going to get there at 7:15 or earlier. If anything, it's probably going to be later. Because usually in California, you take these side roads, you are going to get stuck behind a trucker or a bus that for some reason will do about 20 miles an hour underneath the speed limit. For a second, I already figured. I look at the bottom right hand corner. I'm like, wait a second, we're going to be there in 100 miles? I thought that was our final destination. No, it is our final destination of today, not to Santa Cruz. Oh, come on, car, now's your chance. And of course, now is my chance to pass the truck, but that car didn't really speed up as fast as I thought. At least I was hoping it would. So I can get around this guy. Now this guy's really taken off. I'm going to punch it a little bit just so I can get around this dude. Although, when I slow back down to 55, well, he's really going. I'm doing almost 70 to pass him to 55. What the heck, man? Just as I get over here, there's a car in the breakdown lane, so... Alright, we'll set the cruise again. Should be at around 58 miles an hour. So we're pretty much going over areas that we've been to before. Ah, the blowing tumbleweeds. I remember the first time I saw the tumbleweeds when ATS came out. And I think the first time I saw them, I was unprepared for them. They went across. I kind of, I don't want to say slammed on my brakes, but I try not to run into them. Not quite sure what was going to happen with them. And I want to say that was on like a little side road just north of Barstow, California, that it used to happen. Another 39 miles and we are done for the day. But it's a good day. We leveled up, put another point into urgent deliveries. Be interesting to see. Did I fuel up in California? I wonder what the fuel prices are going to be in California. I mean, that could have been California we fueled up in. I already wasn't really paying attention. I think it was just before California. I think that was... I don't remember now. I'm going to change this though. There we go. So I can see the final destination. So yeah, I was hoping to get it down below 250 miles to go, and we got it down to 2.25. And we're going to knock off like another 10 miles here. So about a 4 or 5 hour journey to Santa Cruz in the next day, barring any road closures, what have yous. So we should be rolling into Santa Cruz like 10:30 in the morning. couple of screenshots. I always forget to take screenshots. I always wait, you know, finish recording. I'm like, oh yeah, well, I know I said enough. It's like, well, wherever we park for the night, that's our screenshot, because I didn't take one along the way there. Does this lane end, or did he get over because there was a car on the breakdown lane? No, this lane ends. And that car is letting me in. Oh, it is Baker's. Okay, I thought it was Barstow. When I was mentioning the tumbleweeds going across, it's Bakersfield. And every time I see this sign, Bakersfield, there's a movie that comes to my mind. Castaway with Tom Hanks. Bakersfield? Yep, Bakersfield. I didn't go past my rest area, did I? No, it's right there. So I took the check mark away and I was like, I'm just daydreaming here. I didn't go past that, did I? Nah, okay. We're good. Well, we started the day at 50,000 and we're going to end the day a little shy of 50,000. And this is where we're coming up to. Actually, okay, this is the I-5 that we're coming up on. But we're staying at this rest area right to our right. Looks like I can eat at Ray's Hamburgers. Actually, a hamburger does sound pretty darn good to me right now. I wonder if there's a frozen patty in the back of the truck I can grab and cook it on my engine. Save myself some cash. $7 Rinos here as well, so it must be I gassed up in California last time also, but this shouldn't take much fuel. Okay, that's more fuel than I thought it was going to take. Wait a minute, what did I read before? Oh, I read the gallons it was before. I was like, wait a minute, that's only 54, that's gallons. Yep, okay, so I don't know what I paid for fuel earlier on, because that was $384 for that. I was wondering that last time I got fueled up with diesel. I was like, that's not that bad at all. Where is the rest area? Okay, I'm coming in at this backwards, so. So I'm pretty sure I paid more than I thought I did last time. Why is this? I think the texture over here is not right. Something's not right about this rest area here. Yeah, this rest area is not texturing in the way I think it's designed to be, but okay. It'll work out just fine. It will do. It will do. Yeah, so there we are. We are now actually in Bakersfield. I'm going to call it Bakersfield. We just kind of rolled through Bakersfield right there. Yeah, this road here, I remember, used to be a single lane both directions. That was a long time ago. So where did I fuel up? Ah, so we were over the state line. Right there. State line's right there. So we did fuel up in California. So we're going to be going to Santa Cruz. And like I said, I would like to maybe go up through Nevada and get up into Idaho. Idaho over here. So it looks like I haven't been on the I-80 through Nevada too much at all, basically. I used to travel that road a lot when the ATS came out, the I-80, back and forth. Did a lot of deliveries back and forth there. And yeah, that's kind of my plan here. Get up in this general area. And then maybe, well, I'm not going to try to get that far in advance. That's my plan anyways for our next load. But for now, I'm going to get out of the truck and go down to Ray's Hamburgers and grab myself a burger. So that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in American Truck Simulator with Realistic Economy. But until then, have a good one. I think I may have just woke up the trucker over there. He may not be too happy with me.